Microphone check, although it should be good because I was just live. Microphone check, although it should be good. I'm just seeing how far I want to go in with the lesson. So I can do that. That's good. I could do that. That's good. I can do that. Okay, how about this? So what's, oh, that's it. I gotta make more. Wow, that was interesting. All right. All right, so anyway, let's go. Spanish adjectives. Adjectives are frequently descriptive. Okay, they're descriptive. So anybody who's struggling with English grammar, here you go. Now you know what an adjective is, right? It's frequently descriptive. That is, most often adjectives are used to describe a noun or distinguish the noun from a group of similar objects. For example, an adjective might describe the color of an object. The red pen, the blue pen. Okay, red and blue are the adjectives of the noun, the pen. In Spanish, most adjectives change form depending upon whether the word they modify is masculine or feminine. So the adjectives follows the noun masculinity or femininity. Okay, notice the difference between the tall boy and the tall girl. El chico alto, la chica alta. Literally, it says the boy tall, the girl tall. All right. Adjectives also change form depending upon whether the word they modify is singular or plural. Notice the difference between the tall boy and the tall boys. Okay. The tall girl and the tall girls. El chico alto, the boys tall, or the tall boys. Los chicos altos, the tall boys. La chica alta, the tall girl. Las chicas altas, the tall girls. Okay, many common adjectives N and O. These adjectives have four forms. The following words all mean tall. Alto is masculine singular. Alta is feminine singular. Altos is masculine plural. Altas is feminine plural. The correct form of the adjective depends upon the noun it modifies. Is the noun masculine or feminine, singular or plural? Libro rojo. Notice the adjective in Spanish goes at the end, where in English we would say the red book, like the translation below. Red book, adjective is in front of the noun. In Spanish, it's the opposite, adjective after the noun. So it's libro rojo, red book. Pluma roja, red pen. Libros rojas, plural, red books. Plumas rojas, red pen. So even though the adjective is in the plural form, you don't say reds with an S, okay? It's just red. It's just following the syntax of the plural form of the number of pens and books. Notice how the ending of the nouns and these adjectives are similar. Libro rojo, masculine, okay, because the book is masculine. The pen is feminine, so it's pluma roja. The book is plural, it's masculine, so libros rojos. And the pen is feminine, but plural, so it's plumas rojas. Adjectives that end in E also change form for singular or plural. To form the plural, simply add S. La chica inteligente. Okay, so now we're going to have a bunch of females, women or girls. So we have las chicas inteligentes. Adjectives that end in O, the adjectives that end in E do not, however, change form for masculine or feminine. Okay, so the adjective just remains neutral. Peace, no man. La chica inteligente, el chico inteligente. Las chicas inteligentes, los chicos inteligentes. I did not know this was the end of what I did so far. There's a lot more to go. Similarly, most adjectives that end in a consonant do change form for singular or plural, but do not change for masculine or feminine to form the plural add es. So it's not la chica popularo or populara. It's just la chica popular or popular. El chico popular. Because it's singular. Chica and chico is singular, just one girl, one boy. So you add the definite article la for to go with the singular noun, chica, and you add the definite article el for the singular boy, chico. Okay, and the adjective stays singular. Okay, but if you have many girls, it's las chicas, and you add the es to popular. So it's las chicas populares, and then for the boys or a mixed group is los chicos populares. Adjectives part 2. Many adjectives of nationality end in O. These adjectives follow the same rules as other adjectives ending in O. So look at the pattern. When it ends in O, this remains the same. That is, they have 4 forms. So all things that end in O is going to have 4 forms. El muchacho mexicano. The boy is Mexican. La muchacha mexicana. The girl is Mexican. Los muchachos mexicanos. The boys or the mixed group, boys and girls, are Mexicans. Las muchachas mexicanas. The girls are Mexican. El muchacho español. The boy speaks Spanish. La muchacha española. The girl speaks Spanish. La muchachos españoles. The boys or the mixed group, boys and girls, speak Spanish. La muchachas españolas. Actually, I spelled that wrong. It's supposed to be es. So they were typos. Right. I gotta fix that. Ugh. No, that wasn't me. That's a screenshot. So, oh, I didn't catch that the first time. So that's actually correct. La muchacha española, because the adjective follows the feminine form of the noun. So that's actually correct. So it's la, it's española for the girls. So you just add the S. Okay, all right. So I caught that. I didn't catch it the first time around. Right? So las muchachas españolas. Interesting. There is another group of adjectives that does not follow the normal rules. Adjectives ending in or, and, or on, or in also have a feminine form. So el chico hablador, la chica habladora, los chicos habladores, las chicas habladoras. Okay, el hombre trabajador, la mujer trabajadora, los hombres trabajadores, las mujeres trabajadoras. Okay, note, adjectives ending in E-R-I-O-R do not have a feminine form. Adjectives that are descriptive usually follow the noun they describe. El chico alto, la chica alta. It got me. I ain't gonna lie. It's española. Los libros pequeños, las plumas rojas. All right, but look, I'm running low already. Adjectives of quantity almost always come before the noun. So this is the rules change a little bit when you deal with quantity. Such adjectives tell how much or how many. Pocos, not cas, pocos libros. Muchacha in, inner, here. Mucho trabajo, pocas casas. So I wonder if I said the inner here correctly. Let me fact check myself. Okay. Let me fact check myself real fast. That when I fact check myself, I'm gonna put it in the on the PDF because remember, if the rule for me is if I got it wrong or if I'm questioning it, I'm not crazy. That means other people learning Spanish for the first time will possibly question how to say that word. Okay. So let me find out. Move.
Energía. Energía.
Energía. There you go. So I actually said it wrong, but I won't say it wrong twice because I'm going to add it in the notes. Energía. Mucho trabajo, pocas casas. Sometimes a descriptive, oh, I'm not sharing the screen. Sometimes a descriptive adjective can precede the noun if the adjective is descriptive, but speaks of a quality that is inherent and usually taken for granted. The adjective comes first. So these are the exceptions to the rules. You've seen it before with the number count, how many books, right? And now we're looking at something inherently known. La Blanca Nieve. Los Altos Picos. Days of the week. This is to be memorized. El lunes, Monday, and the El translated English means on Monday. El martes, on Tuesday. El miércoles, Wednesday. El jueves, Thursday. El viernes, Friday. El sábado, Saturday, on Saturday, like that's today. El domingo, Sunday. Notice that the days of the week are not capitalized, no need for that in Spanish. The days of the week are all masculine, example, el lunes, etc. When used with the days of the week, the definite article has the special meaning on. No trabajo el lunes. I don't work. So the El translates to on, okay? I don't work. So no trabajo. When you put no in front of the actual verb, you're saying I don't something, okay? So if you do no hablo, you're saying I don't speak, right? So just know that. So no plus a verb is going to translate to I don't do whatever the verb is supposed to mean. So trabajo is work. So it's I don't work. Okay, so basically no before the, yeah, I said it right the first time. Hay una fiesta el miércoles. There is a party. Because you add una to fiesta, like a fiesta is feminine, so the indefinite article una is added. El is on, and miércoles is Wednesday. So there's a party on Wednesday. Days of the week ending in S do not change form in the plural, only the article changes, okay? That's important. So if you want to say Mondays, I work only Mondays, the L remains L, there's no los. Okay, so it's L, I'm sorry, the L changes to plural, but the lunes stay where it is, stays in the form, it doesn't change. So I said that backwards. El lunes, if it's many Mondays, is los lunes. Use the verb ser to express the day. You will soon learn more about this verb. For now, simply realize that the word es is a conjugation of that verb and is the correct verb in this use. ¿Qué día es hoy? What day is today? Hoy es lunes. Today is Monday. Mañana es martes. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Notice that the following actions do not occur in the present, but rather in the near future. Salimos el lunes. We leave on Monday. Mañana es domingo. Tomorrow is Sunday. And that's facts. Mañana es domingo. Tomorrow's definitely Sunday. Okay, this is my favorite. Cardinal numbers, 11 to 100. We did 1 through 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did that the first lesson. Okay, so now we start from 0, which is cero, cero. So this I think that's spelled correctly. I could have sworn 0 spelled with it. Let me see. Because I typed that in there. So when I type, it's possible I can do a typo. So when I print screen, there's no typo. Okay, so it's right. Okay, so the C in Spanish sometimes most often it's pronounced like an S in English. So cero. Okay, then you got. Okay, so I dropped something. So as you can see, there's no 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, there you go. Okay, so so for some reason I forgot to add 11 through 15. Right, so 11 is 11, 12 is 12, 13 is 13, 14 is 14, and 15 is 15. So I gotta add that somewhere here. Okay. DSC. So then it goes from DSC. So this is pronounced as DSC. So the vowels in Spanish, most times you pronounce them individually. So it's DSC, say is 16. DSC, C, ete. So each vowel pronounced individually by themselves. So DSC, siete, 17. DSC, ocho, 18. DSC, this is I is always the E sound. DSC, nueve, 19, and 20, veinte. Or you could do the soft B for veinte, not venti, because the E sound. The E is the eh, and the I is the E. So this cannot be E. This cannot be veinte. This is veinte. That's 20. And then from there, you see the E from 20, from veinte, changes to E when you go to 21. I forgot the Y right here. So there's a Y. So it's supposed to be 21. 20. So it's no longer A. So only 20 is veinte. After that, it's a soft B sounding for the V, and it's uno. So it's veinte. So make sure to say E, not A like 20. Veinte, 20. Veinte, uno. And then from there, you go to dos, tres, cuatro, so you veinte, all the way to 9, 29. And then you do 30. 30 is 30. So I failed to mention that here, but 30 is 30. 40 is 40. 50 is 50. 60 is 60. 70 is 70. 80 and 90, so on and so forth. So I failed to mention that here. Okay, so now it's 30. You go uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve. Then 40, 40, uno, dos, tres, so on and so forth. And then 50 is 50, uno, 50, dos, 53, and blah, 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 to 9. And then 60 is 60, it's 61, so it becomes easy. You gotta remember just the first word. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then 100 is 100. Okay, there you go. And then to say 101 is ciento. So you don't say 101. So it's ciento is 101, 102, 100, then all the way to 130, and then 131, 132, 133, 134, and then it's 101. I'm just saying uno. Uno's gone. that means 101. So 140, 150, 160, 70, 180, 190. And then all the way down to 1000. So it's, or I should say 200. And then when you go to 200, so once you say 199, and then it's 200, which is 200. So the cientos just mean hundreds. So it's 200, and it's 200, uno, 200, dos, 203. That just means 203. If you want to say 15, you just say 215. You want to say 12, it's 212. You want to say 241, then it's 241. But Latin America, they don't say the E from what I know, from my experience. So if they want to say 400, if they want to say 401, then they will say cuatro, cientos uno. They want to say 441, they would say cientos 41. They don't say they omit the E part. So the whole point is they omit the E part in Latin America, from what I experienced. Okay, then all the way to 1000, which is mil. Remember, it's the E sound. So it's mil. 900, 800, 700, 600, 500. So it's just the one you got to remember. 500 is 500, 400, that's just 400, blah, blah, blah. So Spanish month, enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. And that's where I left off from this practice sheet. That's not where I left off from the actual form. All right. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the old form. I want to finish some of this stuff before I close the live. So let me go to an old form. Oh boy. Which is going to be my form. So this old form is my entire format. There's no screen shots here. This is all me. So there's possible room for error. So this is my packet. It's 166 pages. Okay, and hopefully I don't have any typos. That's why I started to screenshot, because I started to do typos. Okay, so let's go way down to where I left off at. I might have passed it. I definitely passed it. Okay, so yeah, I was here with the numbers. Okay. So, yep, that's the days. Okay, so we're actually here. Let's make this a little bigger. This, how do you make it bigger from this? I never made it bigger from, this is a PDF, right? So I did make it bigger. Let me just, oh, right here. Oh shit, I ain't gonna do that. All right. Okay, so we're here now. Whole books have been written about the two important Spanish verbs, ser and estar. This will be the subject of our discussion for the few next lessons. I said that backwards. Soon you will have a very good understanding of how these two verbs are used. So all this right here is my typing. So it's possible there's a typo, hopefully not. Ser and estar can both be translated as to be. So they both mean to be. Here's the English verb fully conjugated, to be. So, you know, to be. I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, you are. That's English grammatically correct. You all is not English, but for the sake of the lesson, you all are and they are. Notice that these two sentences have completely or can have different meanings in English. So the apple is green, meaning the apple is not ripe, right? That is estar. The apple is green, meaning the color of the apple is green. In the first case, our example speaks of the condition of the apple. The apple is green because it is not yet ripened. When the condition of the apple changes, that is, when it has ripened, it will no longer be green, it will be ripe. So different color, maybe yellow or something like that, red. In the second case, our example speaks of the essential characteristics of the apple. The apple is green in color. The particular apple remains green even after it's ripened. So that's constant, it's essential, that's said. Okay, so now this verb differential lesson is very difficult, and you will not understand Spanish unless you know the difference between ser and estar. In English, the verb to be can be used to tell how something is, the condition, and what something is, the essence. So it's both, all things it can do. So how is the apple? It is unripe. What color is the apple? It is green. So you got estar, how are you? How is the apple? So como estás, which no man typed earlier, that's estar. What color is the apple? It is green. So you're saying the apple is equivalent to green. You can't separate the two. That's ser. In Spanish, a different verb is used to express to be depending on whether the speaker intends to address a condition or an essential quality. So that's very important. In Spanish, a different verb is used to express to be. Ser means to be, so is estar, depending on whether the speaker intends to address a condition or an essential quality. La manzana está verde. The apple is green, it's conditioned. La manzana es verde. The apple is green, essence. So the apple is green, but it could have been yellow starting off. La manzana is verde. That means the apple was always green. It never changed. So conditional means it could change. Essence means that's what it always was and it can't change. It won't change. It haven't changed. Note how the adjective verde actually change meaning depending upon whether it is used with ser or estar. So you got to be careful. If you use the wrong to be verb, you will confuse native Spanish speaking people and anybody learning Spanish. Certain people those learning Spanish. They go with the rules. La manzana está verde. Condition. Verde means unripe. La manzana es verde. Essential characteristics, verde, color green. Okay, it's the actual color. To address condition, use estar. So when you say, how are you? It's always como estás, right? How are you? Como estás? And you can say hasta too. You can say hasta because hasta, the S is really omitted in a lot of Latin America when you're dealing with the person that you're familiar with. It's still omitted. The S is rarely used. And I'm going to be bold to say, if you use the S in Latin America Spanish, you're seen as a beginner. You can stop at está, but to be safe, just say estás. So, ¿cómo estás? Okay. So that's asking you how you feel. That's a condition because you feel good now, but you could feel terrible later. So that's going to be conditional. That's estar. Okay. Estar is an irregular verb. It does not follow the standard rules of conjugation for regular AR verbs. Therefore, you must memorize it. Estar. Okay, that means to be. So when you say estoy, that means I am. Estás, you are. Está, it also can be your, or she is, or he is, or Billy is. Estamos, that's we are. Están is they are. It could be all women. It could be a mixed group of women and boys. It could be all boys. And it also could be to the plural you. It could be you all. And you all use están. Okay. So this was always easy for me to remember. This was a difficult one for me to remember. It was this one. Oh my God. Especially this one right here. So ser. Okay, so same thing. So soy is I am. Eres is he is, she is, Billy is. S is oh no, I'm sorry. Eres is you are. Pardon me. Omit from your memory. Eres is you are. Okay, second person. S is he is, she is, Billy is. Somos is we are. And son is you are, as in plural, a bunch of people, you all, or they are, a group of girls, or they are a group of boys, or a mixed group of boys and girls. If you are talking about what something, now this is important to remember, the rules. I love rules. It makes it easy for me. If you are talking about, come here, yay. You having fun over there? No? Yeah. What are you doing? You was playing for a little while. It was all me just now. For a while. So you was actually having some fun though. Can't touch the computer. Okay, so let's continue. If you are talking about what something is, use ser. If you are talking about how something is, use estar. So what something is, ser. If you are talking about how something is, estar. What is she like? She is quiet. She is quiet. So she is equal to quiet. Use ser. So it's ella es callada. 2 L's makes the Y sound. Callada. How is she acting? Okay, that's conditional because acting, she can change her act. She is being quiet. So that's not who she is. So when you say she is quiet, that's a quality, that's an essential quality. That's not no man. That might be somebody else that's quiet. Okay. And then you have how she acting. She is being quiet. So no man could be quiet, but she's not a quiet person. So you would use estar. Ella, which is no ma'am, está callada. She is quiet. And when you use the word estar, we know not to make that mean an essential character. Like no man is actually a quiet person. We just know she's just quiet right now on whatever we're doing. Okay, ser is used to express also the hour, day, and time. Hour, day, and date. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? ¿Qué hora es? Son las dos. It is 2 o'clock. We'll learn the time later. I got time more here to learn the time. But it is 2 o'clock. That's a fact. So you use an essential characteristic verb, ser, which is son. So it's very important to understand the estoy, estás, está, estamos, and están verbs for estar. And it's important to learn the ser verbs, which is soy, eres, es, está, what was the, damn, what's the we version? I forgot. Let me go up. So you know I'm learning just like you. Somos. I told you like these two right here. I really had a hard time remembering. So you need to know this ser verb. So now we know this soy, eres, es, somos, and son. ¿Qué días es hoy? What day is it? What day is today? Hoy is lunes. Today's Monday. ¿Qué fecha es hoy? What's the date today? Es el 5 de mayo. It's May 5th. So these are all ser verbs. You're being matter of fact, right? It's not going to change. Remember, it's essential. It's 2 o'clock. That's not going to change. It's Monday. It's not going to change. And it's Cinco de Mayo. It's not going to change until the next day. It's constant for now. If it's going to change anytime, you don't use ser, you use estar. So ser is used to express place of origin. ¿De dónde eres tú? Where are you from? Soy de Colombia. Colombia. I'm from Colombia. Okay. So where are you from? I'm being matter of fact, and you're being matter of fact back saying I'm from Colombia. That's not going to change. You're from Colombia. That's never going to change. That's where you're from. Ser is used to express occupation. ¿Cuál es tu trabajo? What do you do? Soy carpintero. I'm a carpenter. It's not going to change. It's what you are right now. Ser is used to express nationality. Es ella Puerto Riqueña. I don't know how to say that. That's the best I can do. Is she Puerto Rican? No. Es. Oh, okay. Now, all right. They're gonna really get me. Listen. I wasn't prepared for this, right? Because I didn't add my phonetic transcript, my phonetic spelling or pronunciation. I didn't add that. So no es. I'm going to just assume Guatemalteca. Is she Puerto Rican? No, she's Guatemalan. Okay, so that caught me off guard. Another one is going to catch me off guard too. Said is used to express religious, because this is a rough draft. This is my formats. I'm not going to use this when I add to the other one. I'm going to screenshot everything. So said is used to express religious or political affiliations. So because it doesn't change. Son los gracia bautistas, I guess. Or I'm not even try. No, son católicos are the Garcias. I said gracias. Son los Garcia. Okay. So are the Garcias Baptists? No, they are Catholics. Es el gobierno socialista. Is the government socialist? No, es comunista. No, it's communist. Ser is used to express the material something is made of. All right. So I doubt if this is the actual spelling here. I think I goofed and put material there. There's no way material is material in Spanish. Let me just check. I know I goofed on that one. And this is why I didn't want to use this. All right. So I know that's a mistake. Let me just check for you. I know it's not AC material in Spanish. Come on, it's extra stuff, man. Pop-ups and stuff. Come on, it's not on the type. That's actually the word. Okay, I didn't goof on that one. All right, okay, fine. De que material es la mesa. What's the table made of? Es de madera. Is made of what? Ser is used to express possession. ¿De quién es la pluma? Whose pen is it? Es de Emilio. It's Emilio's. Ser is used to express the relationship of one person to another. ¿Quién es Rogelio? Who is Roger? Es el esposo de Marta. He's Marcia's husband. Okay. Ser is used with certain impersonal expressions. Es importante practicar cada día. It's important to practice every day. Es necesario hablar mucho. So remember the rule with two verbs. The first one is conjugated. Necesario is conjugated. Hablar remains in the infinitive sense. It's necessary to speak a lot. Ser is used to tell when an event is taking place. La película es en el cine. The movie is at the theater. La fiesta es en el club fantástico. The party is in the fantastic club. Ser is used with adjectives to express inherent or essential qualities. So remember, ser is used with adjectives to express an inherent or essential quality. Miguel es un hombre sincero. Mike is a sincere man. So that's just who he is. That's not what he's being right now. That's who he is. That's ser. También es guapo. He's also handsome. See, that's just who he is. He's not handsome for the day. That's who he is. He's that every day. Let's review. Ser is used to express the hour, day, and date, place of origin, occupation, nationality, religious or political affiliation, the material something is made of, possession, relationship of one person to another, certain impersonal expressions where an event is taking place, essential quality. So these things really don't change, right? So things that don't change, you use ser, those verbs. That looks like a lot to remember, and it is, but it's okay because it balances it out in Spanish. Estar don't have a lot to think to remember. So ser, yes, a lot to remember. Estar, we got lucky, it's only a few things. Here we are. So in the previous lesson, this is important to understand, in the previous two lessons, you learned the fundamental difference between ser and estar. Essence or condition. What something is, that's ser, versus how something is, that's estar, as well as some common uses for the verb ser. This lesson examines the Spanish verb for to be estar. Estar is to use to express geographic or physical locations. Donde estás? So I'm asking where you are. I'm not asking where you live, where you from. I'm asking where you are. That can change. You can be from one city to one state to another state to one country to another country. So that's estar. Donde estás? Where are you? Okay. Donde va? Or donde vas? Where are you going? That could change. That's also estar. Estoy, remember that means I am. That's the yo sense of the verb. So every verb, there's a yo sense, second person, third person, we person, and they or you all persons. Okay. Well, you shouldn't have came over. Oh, he want his bottle. How do you see that? Go, go, go. Why'd you tell me? Okay, whatever. All right, so estoy en el oh my God, really? Laboratorio. Where are you? I'm in the laboratory. ¿Dónde está Chile? Where's Chile? Chile está en America del Sur. Chile is in South America. Okay. Note, the one exception to this rule is that ser is used to tell where an event is taking place. La fiesta en mi casa. Estar is used with adjectives to express a state or condition, how something is. Like, ¿cómo estás? Like, how are you feeling? So, ¿cómo está la sopa? How's the soup? La sopa está fría, because it can change to be hot if they microwave it or warm it back up. The soup is cold. See, so you don't say the soup is cold, but you could say the ice pop is cold because ice pops are always cold. So that'd be S. That'd be S. But the soup is not always cold. Soup is hot and condition made it cold. Soup can be cold and condition can make it hot. ¿Cómo estás tú? How are you? There we go. So remember, the two is for extra emphasis, right? So you can omit that. ¿Cómo estás? The fact you're saying estás with the AS, you already know. The recipient already know, the receiver already know you're using the to form of the verb. So they already know you're talking about themselves. It's not ambiguous. Now you say ¿Cómo está? They can assume you're talking about themselves, the person that you are, or you can be low-key talking about their uncle, mother, aunt, cousin. Okay. Estoy muy bien, gracias. I am very well, thanks. Estar is used with many idiomatic expressions. These are just a few. Now, this is good with estar. This idiomatic expression, that's something said. I don't really do as much. Estar de acuerdo, to be in agreement. Está. Remember the estar, you do estoy. So if you are in agreement, you can say estoy de acuerdo. That means I am in agreement. So estar, that's the infinitive. You take off the AR, you add the AN, the AMOS, or the AS, or the A, or the estoy. So estar en camino, that means to be on the way. Now, if you want to say I'm on the way, you say estoy en camina. If you want to say she's on the way, we know who we're talking about. You say estás. I'm sorry, you say está, is she. If the person I'm talking to, if I want to say you're on the way, right? I would say estás for the person I'm talking to directly, the second person. But if I'm talking to somebody, the third person, it's going to be está, no es, en camino. Estar de pie, to be standing. Estar en las nubes, to daydream. So if I don't want you to daydream, I could say no estás en las nubes. I mean, no, I said that wrong. No estás en las nubes. So that means don't daydream. If you're trying to make something, you're trying to teach a lesson or explain something and they're not really listening, you can say no estás en las nubes. So that means don't daydream. You're talking to the person. You don't daydream. Estar is used with progressive tenses. You will learn more about this usage later. We present it now simply because it is an important use of the verb estar. So see, it's done already. It's not as long as ser. So, ¿qué estás comiendo? What are you eating? Okay. Estoy comiendo arroz y frijoles. So I do know arroz means rice. I am eating rice. Let's review. Estar is used to express geographic or physical location, state or condition, many idiomatic expressions, progressive tenses. So again, that is short. And I don't know what's here. Okay, yeah, this is important. I'll do this right here. I might take a break from here. Okay, so in the previous 3 lessons, you learned the fundamental difference between ser and estar, essence or condition, as well as some common uses for each verb. This lesson presents the 2 verbs side by side with the emphasis on contrasting their uses. In the process, much but not all of the previous 3 lessons will be reviewed. The practice exercises and the test cover material from all 4 lessons, ser and estar parts 1 through 4. Don't complain about the baby in the background because it's free. Okay, you ain't paying for this. When the verb to be is followed by a noun, this is very important to remember. When the verb to be is followed by a noun, the verb estar, I'm sorry, where I'm reading stuff from, I'm just making up stuff. The verb ser is always used in this instance. It might be helpful to think of the verb as equivalent to an equal sign, such as A equals B. They're talking about ser. This type of sentence always referring to essential characteristics, since the verb is linking what comes before the verb to what comes after the verb. He's got his finger in my mouth. That's why it sounds funny. Ah, really? You're gonna just pinch me? Come on. Okay. You're sleepy, I know. Go to sleep. Nap time. Oh. So John is a doctor. So what the verb ser is means John is equal to a doctor. Or, so John equals a doctor. Like 2 plus 2 equals 4, that'll be ser. So that's why we say 2 plus 2 is 4. And that is will be es, not está or estás. Juan es médico. And look, I didn't even put the translation there. Okay. So don't ask me what médico means, but just know Juan is that, and that's ser. Okay. Right, so he's sleepy. You put him in the playpen, he's gonna cry, but he'll be asleep in a few minutes. You first give him something to drink. Here, this is gonna help. The bottle's gonna help you go to sleep. Give me 1 second. Let me put some more something in here. Okay, get ready for your nap. Yeah, here I like the playpen is like gel. All right, so when the verb to be is followed by an adjective, the verb used depends upon the meaning. So it's, it's crazy. When referring to an essential characteristic, use ser. When referring to a state or condition, use estar. So, okay, so that would be loud as hell. La sopa está fría. The soup is cold. Los elefantes son grandes. The elephants are big. So you gotta recognize that son is the plural sense of the verb ser. Okay. And está or son is the they or you all sense of the verb. Está with no S is the he, she sense of the verb. Okay. Which is going to be singular. When the verb to be is followed by an adjective, the verb can actually change the meaning of the adjective. El profesor está aburrido. The professor is bored. So remember, he's bored now, but he could be entertained later. El profesor es, so instead of está, we say es aburrido. Aburrido. The professor is boring. So you're not, so no longer a condition state. You're saying he is that. He is equal to boring. So that means that's just who he is. So when he's bored, that could change. But if he's boring, that's not going to change. That's who he is. So let's distinguish between origin, location, and to take place. To describe origin or where something is from, use ser. To describe location or where something is located right now, use estar. To tell where an event is taking place, use ser. Mónica es de España. Okay, origin. Mónica está en Venezuela. Okay, I mean, she's just there, she's visiting. La fiesta es en la clase de Mónica. So it's just taking place. The party is in the class of Mónica, where she's at. So let's review. When a noun follows the verb, use ser. When an adjective follows the verb, decide between essence and condition. So this is real clear. When a noun follows the verb, when a noun follows the verb, use ser. That's the rules. Said verb only. When an adjective follows the verb, it could be said or a star. Just you got to decide between essence and condition, because this could be different. To tell where something is from, use ser. To tell where something is located right now, use estar, because that could change. To tell where an event is taking place, use ser, because that's not going to change. If the party's in Milwaukee, it's in Milwaukee. If the party's in a zoo, it's in a zoo. It's not going to change. You're not going to move the whole party. Okay, so let me see how long this is, and I might be done with that. Nah, I'm not doing that. That's too much. Too much. Donnie's back. No, so we're not doing estáis because that's Spain, and we're focused on Latin America or North American Spanish, right? So we're not doing the vosotros, the estáis, all that stuff. Ugh, I hate saying it. We're not doing Spain Spanish at all. We're doing the Spanish that you're going to hear from the Hispanic people of this country. Negro bendito necesito. I believe there is a second person plural for estar. Yeah, no, we're not doing the. So I said that earlier, maybe part one, definitely part one. I said we are not going to do the Spain Spanish. We're going to focus. And matter of fact, most Spanish videos you watch on YouTube, the person is going to be from Latin America, and they're also not going to deal with Spain Spanish. They're going to deal with Latin America, because in North America, if you're speaking Spain Spanish, you're going to sound too proper for the average Spanish person. Don't forget, you're speaking in Spanish of the people, right? So why are we speaking Spanish anyway? Because we have an influx of Spanish people. Are they from Spain? No, they're from Latin America. So we're learning Spanish only because of that. With the influx of Spanish people, Spanish immigrants, and therefore we're trying to speak their language because they are the people working beside us. They're the people we're going to buy from, and we're going to sell to them. We're not selling and buying from Spaniards like that. This is why this must be done this way. Hope that makes sense. So that's in lesson 3. Lesson 4 is the next lesson. Wheezy out of here.